tell people from my experience and my belief system is honor yourself, pay attention to yourself, and trust what you know.
You can get out there and make it happen. There's no way and no reason for a person not to do it, because I've seen it. I've seen her do it. I've seen her go through the transition in terms of being here in Atlanta and going to Miami and moving back to Atlanta, and then she's danced all over the world. So just seeing that in her, that drive and that to make it happen, I mean, that should inspire anybody, which says if this is something that you love, find that thing about yourself that you love to do and do it. And don't allow anything to stop you from doing it. And I think that takes a lot of courage to do that.
I'm Helen Bell.
And I'm Larkin Bell, father of Jennifer Bell.
As a little girl, she mimicked her older sister, Andrea, who was already taking dance. So she would do the same thing that Andrea would do. So we enrolled her in the Spelman Dance School. And while we thought Andrea, the older, had more talent and skill and the potential, I think Jennifer had the drive.
Jennifer Bell for many years. We met back in 1990, and actually 1991. I was working on my PhD, and I was fortunate enough to have an internship with the Atlanta Hawks. And during that time, Miss Bell was the choreographer. Jennifer shared some of her goals and dreams, and it was really interesting because seeing her at that stage in her life and the progression of where she is now really shows you that she was determined.
I have had 2 major situations with uterine fibroid tumors, and they're rather common among women. And the first time was when I lived in Miami back in the year 2000, and I didn't suffer physically as far as pain so much, but I did have to have a surgery that would remove the ones that I had. And I had 24 uterine fibroid tumors, which were benign, but a bit painful. I recovered from that, and when I moved back to Atlanta, I had them again in the year 2007. And this time they were not only painful, but it caused other major symptoms and side effects.
She started feeling faint, bad, and I didn't know what was wrong with her. She said, I'll just take some vitamins and I'll be okay. I've done that before. And as she got up to go, she staggered. I said, no, you can't go anywhere feeling like that. So we called 911. That was the beginning of finding out how severe her problem was, and the beginning of trying to do something about it.
The paramedics told me that if I hadn't gone to the hospital when I did, I could have had a stroke or possibly died because there was no oxygen, there was no blood going to my brain. So I'm so grateful that I was at my parents' home. They've been a big support system for me.
It was really a trying time because if you know how your body can produce and the things that it allows you to do, and for some reason you can't do some of those things, I think it kind of will put you in a bad place for some people, just trying to figure out how do you move from, where I'm able to go and perform and do some things, and now my body is telling me something different.
The first time I dealt with uterine fibroid tumors, I was in my late 30s, and at the time I thought, let me just do the myomectomy, because that way the opportunity to possibly still have children will still be there. This time I was already over 40, and I chose to save my life rather than have children.
That's why she's determined, dependable, driven, because of those experiences.
She's too talented.
I think there's some valuable, untouchable lessons that you get from experiences like that.
That's my biggest gift, is to know that all this stuff I've been through, career-wise and with my health, and through all my issues with relationships and finances, and some things I'm still going through, I think because I know how to better deal with them, I can help others. And that's a pretty cool thing to know that I can pretty much do on a day-to-day basis, every day.
Thank you, everybody.